Hello and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. This is episode 10 of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Fall of London. It's a story about vampires. There aren't going to be fluffy animals and rainbows. It's for mature folks, even if sometimes the players could be silly geese. Please look after yourselves. Last session, 6 weeks ago, I forgot to introduce the players at all. Now we're 10 sessions deep and you might know who they are, but we're going to do it now. And also I can make sure that everyone, including myself, is audible on the stream and for the recording. So, players, if you could please introduce yourselves, then pass on to someone else, and we'll start with Bintak.
Hi, I'm Bintak, and I play Tommy Smith. Dyson?
Hi, I'm Dyson, and I play Dr. Henry. Floss.
Hello, I'm Floss, and I play Alice Mockingdale. Ghoul.
Hi, my name is Ghoul, and I play Lady Catherine.
And I heard everyone coming off stream, so that's fine, it's working. Genek is not here tonight, but we should have him back for the next session, hopefully. We're continuing our story in Southall. There have been some who compared the complex strata of kindred society to a blood-soaked layer cake. Out here, west of Ealing, the cake is a Battenberg. There are just two layers, Sri Sansa and his allies, and the Duskborn, or the Thin Bloods. Alice Mockingdale is in a taxi with the Tremere Sri Sansa. He's arriving at his home, which is a sizable, detached house outside opposite a large park. Her arrival is going to trigger a flashback for you all at once, so let's check up on where everyone else is. Tony, Lady Catherine and Tommy are in a second taxi, following Alice's taxi. 70 years of torpor mean that none of them are quite sure why the driver was so pleased when they got into the taxi and commanded the driver to follow that taxi. Dr. Henry Banerjee is walking from an alleyway elsewhere in the town. He has just fed from an unhoused man who was sleeping in a shelter constructed from cardboard. He is not sleeping now. Henry used an ability he has to reduce a body into ash. The process is not instant. There's still a lingering scent in the alley similar to pork fat with disturbing overtones of sweet grease and warm chalk. As you leave the alley, Henry, you see a raggedy, underfed dog standing waiting as if expecting someone else to follow after you. Its tail twitches as you walk by and you hear it pad into the alleyway inquisitively. As you are dragged into this flashback, the last thing you hear is a hopeful, distant whine. It's Victorian times, and there has been a party, and Sri Sansa did a séance for some of the great and the good of Victorian society. It's a party where mortals have mixed with the kindred, knowing each other are at a similar social level, even if they're not knowing which ones are human or not. Now, mortal, Sansa is inside a carriage. He's very excited because he's just been invited to join the cult of Mithras. He was told that Mithras wanted him to help keep his connection to mortals and help stave off his beast. There might be other reasons. Mithras had never exactly enjoyed the company of those from Clan Tremere. There are a couple of notable exceptions, but in those cases Mithras knew the person first and arranged for the Tremere to embrace those people, and he kept them close afterwards. The carriage moves off, and now it's 1941. You all are in the Mithraeum once more. The scene feels kind of dreamlike to you all, and if you want to, you can roll Resolve and Composure with a difficulty of 6 to see if you know why. I'm just waiting to see if anyone does a roll.
What did you say?
You can roll Resolve and Composure. Okay, that's a 2. It's a high difficulty. That's a messy crit. Give me a second. Where is that one? I am not going to deduct anything for that messy crit just now. We'll pick it up later. There's 2 of you got messy criticals. That feels... Okay. Alice, I can understand, but I feel like Bintak is lying to us. Because you'd have... Never mind just now. We'll pick that up narratively later.
I've done the wrong thing.
Oh, right.
So, I was having
Oh, you
problems
did
with the
awareness.
sheet. Yep. So it's having problems with the sheet. So
sorry about that.
I'm going to roll a dice here because it's
okay.
It's put a few several windows up and I can't get rid of them.
If you want to refresh roll 20, that might solve it. Okay, more of you got a good result on that than I was expecting, to be honest. You remember being here. You were all there. Not only were you all, like, you remember being in this room before, you were all here at this time in 1941. It smells of damp and slightly of sewage, and a slightly more of powerful vitae. You're part of a circle of robed figures. There's a circular pit in the floor in the middle of the room that reminds you of like a baptismal font or a small swimming pool. It's shoulder deep and less than a metre across. All around the sunken space is a wooden structure with space enough for maybe 6 kindred. Mithras enters. You all recognise his silhouette. He's wearing golden robes and a Phrygian cap on his head. He chants in ancient Persian. It's magic, and the air tingles and is warm, and the pool slowly begins to fill with vitae. You see a priest lift a ritual dagger to Sri Sansa's wrist, slicing it precisely, and as vitae joins that of the priests and the high initiates, the vitae rises, and you are all inside the pool, and it's rising up over you, covering you completely. This isn't the first time this has happened. You remember it happening many times before, again and again. It happened every night for a full lunar month. You remember Mithras' service and devotion to him, and how that sense of being a part of him intensified. And as you lose consciousness in the thick, dark fluid, you float back to the present, but one word lingers in your mind: obey. And we're back in the present. And I'm going to start with Alice, because you are at the house in the taxi with Sri Sansa. What do you want to do?
I am, and I am not too sure. Can't remember.
Okay. You went with him from the library, where he was holding an event. You kind of pursued him in a sense, and I messed up a little bit because someone did 2 kinds of magic at a time when they shouldn't have been able to do one at the same time. Anyway, I'll make sure I keep track of that for next time. But yeah, someone was invisible and should have turned visible whilst they were trying to do something else. I just remember that because I saw it in my notes. His house is kind of, there's a lot of activity happening outside. There's some white vans and there's people bringing stuff out to them and loading them up. Sri Sansa
From his house?
Sorry?
From his house?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gets out the taxi and goes to oversee what's happening a little bit. After a couple of minutes, the second taxi arrives, and now Tony, Lady Catherine, and Tommy are here too. And you're seeing the same thing. So it's quite a big, detached house in a fancy part of the town. And it looks like they're flitting. Dr. Henry, how do you want to try and get here? Do you want to try and get here?
How far away am I?
Yeah, about half a mile.
About half a mile.
Although you don't know that, but we'll metagame this a little bit for the sake
of... do I need to worry about that dog?
You don't. And just put the dog there to make you feel bad for killing a guy.
That's fine, I don't care. I don't suppose it's a Great Dane.
No, it's more raggedy than that.
Okay. What's the traffic like?
It's late at night. It's not so late that the traffic is dead, but there is some traffic.
Yeah, I'll just walk along. I'll go and catch up with them. It
Okay.
shouldn't take too long.
I'm just going to give you you don't want to like move magically at all. I'm not sure that's something you can do even. Let me double check. You don't have like celerity or anything? Nope.
No.
Double checking. Also, that'd be a risky thing to do in the open, given what's going on. Okay, you're going to walk. You will arrive at the scene in a little bit. Going to everyone else at the house. What would you like to do?
I want to ask Sri Sansa where he's going.
We're just moving for safety for a little while. It's nothing major. Is there anything I could help you with? You were mentioning you wanted something?
Yes, I am interested in a silver ring with a ruby that you apparently possess.
Ah, okay, one moment. And he goes and speaks to someone who has a sort of wad of papers and is sort of overseeing the operation of things. He talks to that person for a moment and then returns to you. I think maybe this might be best talked about elsewhere. I don't want to talk about this in front of all of these people. I have a business place back in the town. Do you want to come with me? And he kind of indicates to all of you.
Yes, we better just let Dr. Henry know where we're going now.
Do what you need to do. So do you want to...
I will send Dr. Henry a quick text.
What does it say?
Well, if you can give me the address to where your business is, I can let him know.
And he gives you the address to a place that you've been to already. It's called the Subtle Spice. It's a restaurant.
Okay.
And you and Lady Catherine had been in there earlier, whilst it was very early.
I'll text Dr. Henry and I'll let him know that we are going to Subtle Spice. Please meet us there.
I'll text back saying, damn it, I should have just stayed in the bathroom.
They could pick you up on the way past, perhaps.
It would make my life easier.
And mine. Sri Sansa summons a taxi. He owns the taxi company, in case you'd forgotten that. We definitely had that in the previous session. And it's like a people carrier size. So there's enough space for all of you in there. You pick up Dr. Henry on the way past. Dr. Henry has a little bit of blood on him, it's safe to say.
I also bring the dog with me.
You're bringing the dog. Oh,
yes.
I'm going to be annoyed at myself for not statting this dog, I think. Okay, so this dog, and you're all going to a restaurant. As you arrive, Sri Sansa looks at the dog and says he can't come into the restaurant.
Who can't go into the restaurant? The dog?
The dog isn't allowed in the restaurant. It's not sanitary.
I remind him of what happened. No, that's...
I'm sorry, I missed part of that.
I'll lead the dog round to the back and leave him in the yard.
Okay. So the dog is at the back. As he enters the restaurant, he goes in first, and they take him immediately upstairs, which is an area you didn't see before. And there's like 2 levels, and they take him to the top level. You all follow, or I'm assuming you probably do because you want to talk to him.
Yeah, we're all following behind.
Cool. Just double checking. I want to give you like the option. At the very top, it's a smallish room, quite low levels. There's a lot of like black leather and chrome and glass. There's seats and the tables are. There's people sat at most of the tables, but it's very quiet. There's a kind of some Bollywood music playing quietly. The smells are amazing. Dr. Henry, you have not smelt this since you were a child. Like the spices and the dishes. As you see the dishes coming past, they're all quite small, but they're kind of perfectly formed and they look incredible. Weirdly, although it smells delicious, you don't feel hungry because of it.
What meat are they serving?
Oh, all sorts.
Have they got any just like plain
Chicken,
meat,
lamb.
I'm going to grab a little bit and go chuck it to the dog.
What, to keep and then give it to the dog later?
Now I'm going to quickly run down, give it to the dog to keep him happy, and then come back up.
Okay. Hi to people in chat. Sorry, just in passing. As Sri Sansa sits down, he says, "I'm sorry. I can't. There's stuff I can't talk about in front of all the people who are helping us. As you can see, we're in the middle of preparing to move. It's because of what's been happening in London recently. I'm sure you can understand. I've got family here, a large family."
So you're running away from the hunters?
Yes, after what happened at the Shard, it's just not safe here. I'm not saying I'll never come back, but I can't risk my family. They're not all. We are a mixture. Some are mortal, some are kindred, some are in between, and I'm not prepared to risk them by staying here.
Okay, so where do you plan to go?
I would prefer to keep that to myself for now. Let's say I'm going to America.
This seems a very cowardly approach.
What would you do? Stay and die? Or be hunted?
I am staying.
When this whole thing started, the first thing that we lost were the ghouls. They went for them immediately, especially the high level ones, the people who were working in government. They just vanished. And then after the events at the Shard, at the Elysium, lots of people just didn't come back from that. They vanished overnight, and we never saw them again. We don't know if they were taken, or if they met final death, or if they made their way out of London of their own accord. I'm not going to risk that for my family. It's not that I don't trust myself against them. I don't trust that they all could fight for themselves individually.
Send them and stay.
It's my intention.
Or at least tell us what you know, so we can stay.
This area around Southall is my domain. I intend to protect it as much as I can, but I also need to protect my family.
Okay, so about the ruby ring then, you said we can't talk about this back at the house in front of the other people.
I know who you are, and I know what that ring represents. If I were to give it to you, at least it would guarantee that no one else comes again afterwards. I don't want Mithras to come back. I don't need to see him again. I thought all that was done. But I can't just give it to you for free. You understand? It has to be transactional. So if there is something you can do for me...
So you see Mithras.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that, Floss? I was talking over you, Alice.
But you're fleeing, so you're not going to see Mithras. You'll be gone.
No, but if people are looking for the ring, you've come. If I don't give it to you, they'll send someone else.
That is the transaction. Your safety for the ring.
This ring, it was gifted many years ago. I can't simply give it up. Also, it's probably packed. I may have to. It may not be the easiest thing to locate right now. I'm not saying I'm. Give me a second. Someone want to roll wits and insight, please? Anyone who wants to, if your wits and insight is looking good.
Oops. Am I hungry? Yeah, I am a bit.
You're too hungry, which isn't terrible, to be honest. You just... I think that's... Oh, wait a second. Okay.
Bloody hell.
Okay, we've had some things happen there. So first of all, Floss got 3 successes on normal dice and 1... So I don't think that is a messy critical. I think it's lying. Let me just double check. That's 10 and that's 10. Yeah, so you got a great number of successes. One of them was on a hunger. That's not a messy critical, I don't think. Bestial failure, we're going to... That was only wits as well.
And it was 1 of 2.
Yeah. It was because you got a 1 on your hunger dice. Dyson, you got 2. You got 2. Okay, Alice, but you can tell that he really, really wants to help you. But it has to be a two-way thing. He can't... He's got a code or something. That's just the way it has to be. Lady Catherine, you think he really doesn't want to help you. And he's just being he's putting barriers up.
Okay, so what can we do in return for the ruby ring? What do you want?
Have you spent much time in this domain?
Not particularly.
We have some issue with the Duskborn. They've been arriving in this area recently, and it's troublesome, particularly in light of what's happening in London. Do you know about Duskborn? I understand you've been...
Who are the Duskborn?
Okay. Thinbloods? Have you heard of Thinbloods?
Yes, we've heard of Thinbloods.
They're like a sort of vampire. Not really, to be honest. There's barely any power to them. Some of them can't even bite. But they've been in our area. They are trying to take hold, trying to take more of the domain for themselves. They've been driven out of London by the Camarilla.
So, do you want these gone?
Not gone exactly, but if maybe you can keep an eye on this area whilst I'm not here, and make sure they don't take over fully. Just keep the numbers under control.
Okay, and for how long is this? Are we expected to do this?
I'll contact you.
So you want us to stay here?
You don't have to stay here. You have to just...
Or keep an eye on the area indefinitely, make sure that their numbers don't get out of control and they don't take over. And you will contact us when you feel like it.
That works excellently for me.
That doesn't for us.
What would you suggest?
Well, I think we need a time frame so we know what we're working with.
Well, let's say 5 years.
We haven't got 5 years.
That's nothing to people like us.
That doesn't mean we have it.
Just out of curiosity, how many people are in the room?
About 25, but it's very widespread, and the music is meaning that other people can't hear you.
He said he knows us, and he knows.
Let me just double check. Dyson, given your wits and insight, I'm not going to make you roll it again for more information, but looking around the room, you're pretty sure most of the other people up here are kindred or kindred adjacent.
Okay. He said he knows about us and about the ring, what it represents. Can we get any of that information from him? Because we don't.
I had some notes for this. Give me a second. It's about Mithras. I was part of that cult as well. I remember all of you going into torpor. And then Mithras vanishing. Everyone said he was dead, but you never... Someone that old, there's always a way back. I've almost been tempted to suggest that, given what's happening in London right now with the hunters, maybe Mithras engineered this himself. Somehow.
You sound like you don't trust him.
My experience of Mithras changed after I was embraced. I was excited to be in a position of power, but it turned out all he really wanted was someone to keep him connected to humanity, because he was so disconnected from his.
So you're upset he didn't give you enough power?
No. He doesn't trust Tremere in general. You're self-accepted, Alice.
So, do you know why we went into Torpor?
Presumably to bring him back in the event of him being lost and then being needed. That was why he split himself across the object you're seeking. To enable his own restoration.
You believe this ring contains part of him?
I believe all of the objects contain part of him.
How did you get it?
He gifted it to me.
And what did you do for him for that?
I'm just finding that information. There was an attempt to take over, get rid of Mithras back in Victorian times. There was a conspiracy. And someone was revealed to be impersonating someone else. And I was part of the people that proved what had happened. And so Mithras banished them from London. They were called the Setites. I believe they're now called the Ministry. And they invited me to join the cult, and I was given this ring as a token of Mithras's appreciation for helping with the conspiracy.
So if you helped him, then why are you scared of him returning now?
He was the prince. You don't go against your prince. Especially not when he already hates your clan.
So you're saying he gave you the ring, but you think part of him is in the ring?
Yeah. Well, we did the ritual after you were put into torpor. Maybe Mithras thought there was something coming to potentially end him, so it was a safety thing for him. But he put some of his power into the objects, and then he was killed, perhaps, maybe not.
Given you're fleeing the area because of the dangers coming, do you really think a transaction where we spend 5 years taking out the trash for you is useful?
It doesn't have to be a full-time thing. You can just check in whenever, every so often. It doesn't need to be a long-term.
Do you have anyone else here that's going to be and do it the majority of the time?
This town, I moved here 150 years ago, and we've kept this place safe for people who are arriving in this country and need somewhere to work and just want to do a job. I just want to keep it safe for those people and to let them have their space and their community and be able to work.
How about we agree that we will be first reserve? Your people manage it, and if they ever can't, we will help.
That could be acceptable. What with everything going on, are you aware of any of the holy books, the Book of Nod, any of that kind of thing?
Of course, but remind me.
Well, the rise of the Thin Bloods was predicted. The fall of the major cities was predicted, but all of this could be a sign of the apocalypse. A sign of Gehenna.
Being in America is not going to help them, is it?
It's further from where all the wars are kicking off. With the fall of the pyramid, this area may be not as safe as I once thought it was.
How well connected are you to other places? Is it just London this is happening?
I'm well enough connected. But everywhere has threats against it. New York at the Millennium had to fight off the Sabbat. The Sabbat have gone quiet recently, which could mean that they're fighting elsewhere. It could mean that they're building their numbers again.
What does everyone else think?
I think what you proposed is acceptable. We'll go for that.
So just to summarise, I will find you the ring if you will keep an eye on my domain for the next couple of years.
Couple of years? 5 years? How long? What's the timescale?
I don't think we agreed to time. We'll be there if we're needed. If it's been too long, you should have come back sooner.
When things are safe, I will come back.
Okay, I think it's fine. Everybody else okay? Happy?
Yes.
I suppose so.
Okay. And he shakes on it, and then his phone rings. And he takes a message from someone.
I'm just above table here.
Yeah.
Why the long time frame?
He doesn't know how long it's going to take for things to calm down after this.
Because when do we know when the storm's going to descend for us to do the ritual?
It's kind of here now. Like, you're literally assembling the pieces and then bringing them to Peter Thomas, I think, the guy in the letter. Yeah. And then they will do the ritual and try and restore Mithras if they can.
Right, okay.
The storm is happening. It's the forces of Operation Antigen walking the streets. They're a big problem.
I was just wondering because of the time frame, that's all.
Oh, of course.
So,
if anyone wants to overhear the conversation, you can try doing a wits awareness roll. I appreciate we've had a bunch of messy criticals that we're going to be picking up on later about this, but if you want to try to overhear, you can. If you don't, that's okay too. I would understand given the way the dice have been so far. Okay. Tommy, you can overhear him talking.
Okay.
He's talking to someone called Amrish, and they're passing on the message that someone wants to meet at the Blue Monsoon Lounge to discuss matters.
Okay.
He returns to their table. I'm terribly sorry. There's some other people I must go and meet with, but if you want to come with me, that could be useful to you and to me, I think.
Okay.
Where is that?
It's not far from here. It's just in another part of town. We can... the taxi will still be ready for us. We can take the taxi there. It's someone from House Karna. Are you willing to go? I don't want to like railroad you into this. He's not going to go back to his house immediately, so...
Okay, so we'll go with him, see what he's got to say, what he's got to do.
Are dogs allowed there?
No. Sorry, chat. I need to not look at it. This is the problem Mark has.
Yeah, we need to go via like somewhere I can drop the dog off then.
I'm sure we can find somewhere for the dog. Where did you pick up the dog? Did you bring it all the way here?
Oh no, I killed its owner.
Okay, we'll come back to the part where you were hunting on my domain.
I didn't say
Later.
it's in your domain.
All of Southall is, actually.
It was just it was in Westall.
You travel to the Blue Monsoon Lounge. It's less well appointed. It's not as fancy looking. It's also quieter. And I just need to find out where I wrote down the description of this person that you're meeting there. Oh. Just want you to tell me what she looks like. Okay, so the person that you meet, she gets up as Sri approaches the table, and you're all kind of behind her. She's got a kind of Turkish look to her. She sort of smiles and nods to you, but she's clearly there to mainly meet Sri. Okay, sure. She talks intensely about blood bonds and how opposed to them she is. She's first of all, she introduces herself. I should go back to that point. So, hello, my name is Ais Daniel. Daniel. I should have checked my pronunciation of these before I got into this. I'm from House Karna. Are any of you Tremere?
Yes, I am.
Have you heard of House Karna? Are you aware of the house?
Nope.
So above table a little bit. Tremere are very like the people in charge are in charge, and they put the word down to everyone else. And that's how House Tremere works, and that's what you were kind of along with, and that's what Edward Bainbridge, the Primogen, is about as well. There are a couple of other houses. There's House Carnat and House Goratrix, and a few others as well. There are kind of organisations of Tremere, but they all broadly work in like a everyone does the same thing across the whole world kind of way. What you might know of House Carnat is that it's kind of they're partly Camarilla, partly anarchs, not exclusively either. They're mainly what's that word I've written? Oh, Wiccans and witches is the main focus of the stuff they do, and they're sort of non-conformists rather than House Tremere, which is generally more loyalist and more strict about patriarchy, basically. I can't think of a better way of putting it.
Okay.
Sorry, my throat oil decided to go wrong there. Do you know about the blood bonds? The ways that vampires, kindred, bond themselves to each other and to mortals?
Yes.
I know some information, yes.
We've been trying to find ways to undo this. The blood bonds are bad, that you lose part of yourself. You're tied to this other person, and we feel that it's not acceptable. House Tremere is built on blood bonds to each other, to your sires. It's how everyone's connected. It's why everyone obeys. We seek to undo these. And I'm worried because of what Operation Antigen might be doing to London. Edward Bainbridge intends to stay, I believe, and try and take over London himself. We need more numbers for House
Do we
Carnan.
know who Edward Bainbridge is?
He's the Primogen of the Tremere in London, so he's like the Tremere representative on the Primogen Council. He's the head Tremere in London. I'm simplifying grossly here, but he wants to try and keep everything happening in London and keep all the projects that he's running going. I think we should move the contents of the Chantry to a safer place. Sri Sansa disagrees. We can't take over from the Primogen. He will be angry, he will be annoyed, he will come looking for us, he will be set back in his plans, and we can't do that to him. Ice tries to convince you, Alice.
So what's the issue with a little order then?
Well, we'd like to stop him from being able to take... He wants to restore the pyramid to the way it was before Vienna fell. Sorry, I'm hitting a lot of the lore here. House Tremere were based, like the top part of House Tremere was based in Vienna, and they were the first thing that you all know about that was hit when people started attacking Kindred. So the top part of House Tremere is basically in ruins just now. The library, the main big library is gone or in lots of different places now. And there isn't, like, the people in charge aren't able to hold control of the whole thing. Edward Bainbridge is trying to, like, bring that back and rebuild and make it the way it was. And also take over London whilst he's at it. Well, Ayse, Ayse? A-Y-S-E. If someone else knows how to pronounce that, I'm open to being told, but I'm hazy on it. What she's trying to say is that they should just take out everything from the London Chantry, put it somewhere safe until all of this is over, and then try and build something a bit different that's not based on blood bonds, that isn't based on patriarchy.
So you want to make everybody equal and not have this hierarchy of... I don't know where I'm going with this.
Not equal entirely, but not based on feelings. Not based on how people actually feel, and not because they've been forced by their blood bond to do as they're told.
Sounds a bit woke to me.
Alice, I know you were never truly connected to House Tremere except in principle. You were always with Mithras first and Bainbridge second. He didn't trust you.
I'm not sure what I remember, what I believe anymore. I keep hearing things about what I should and shouldn't be doing and how I feel, but I don't know myself.
She takes a small piece of paper from her bag and writes a number down on it. If you want to contact me, we can talk more about this later then. That be acceptable?
Okay, thank you.
Sri nods at her, saying, I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. I've got my own problems. If I can help House Karna in the future, I will look at it, but I can't deal with this right now. I have too many other things to do. And so, if you're okay with this, we will return to his house and the promised ring.
That's fine, yeah.
As you arrive back, you notice Amrish is working, loading things onto the vans. His family are now around, but they're looking kind of bored or frustrated with the whole exercise. It's very late. It's almost early in the morning now. Amrish is not a relation of Sri Sansa's, but he seems to be managing everything. So he's the one with like a mobile telephone with like spreadsheets in them and actual paper spreadsheets that he's writing on and managing the whole thing. There's fewer family members about now than there were when you were there earlier. Sri immediately asks Amrish about the ruby ring. He remembers which jewel box it was in, and that the box was sealed inside a safe behind a picture of a street. And then he consults a spreadsheet, the printout. Then he double checks the up-to-date version on his phone. He walks confidently up to one of the vans and starts pulling out some of the boxes. He's identified the one. He pulls out he pulls out one of the boxes and takes it inside the house. As you follow, you can see like the house there's hardly any furniture left, but you can see like marks where the furniture was. You take it to a windowsill and open it confidently. And the ring isn't in there. There are jewels, there are diamonds, there are rubies, but there is no ring. Sri is looking quite worried at that. He's been keeping a close eye on things, but...
Has somebody taken the ring, or has he just misplaced it?
He's looking panicky. He shouts at Amrish saying, are there any other chests that might have contained this piece that we're looking for? He goes out and checks another box. It's not in there either. Perhaps, sir, he suggests, one of your family has taken a fancy to it? Wake them, shouts Sri. He seems to have got angry fairly quickly. Bring them down here, all of them. And it takes about half an hour to assemble the various members of the household. Some of them have been sleeping, some of them are carrying half-sleeping children. Sri is kind of... You've all seen people frenzy before. Oh no, sorry, stop Ghoul saying their internet's going in and out. I wondered why you've been so quiet. You've seen people on the verge of frenzy before, so you know what it looks like. He is on the verge of frenzy. Frenzy is when the beast kind of takes over and he loses control of things. Just going to make sure I've got Ghoul in the scene properly.
Let's describe the room, sorry. How many...
So it's a large, fairly empty room because a lot of the furniture from the downstairs area has been moved out.
Okay.
He's brought his whole family, everyone who was sleeping in the house basically, has come downstairs and is lined up. And he's checking them to see if they've got the ring.
And what's the light like in this room at the moment?
The inside lights are turned on. The big light is on, if I can put it like that. So the light's pretty good. And there's like grandparents, parents, maybe even great-grandparents. Daughters, sons, granddaughters, nephews, nieces. Big house.
Okay.
Amrish looks on, kind of wringing his hands. And he walks along, Sri Sansa walks along the line. He's kind of so angry at this point that he doesn't explain anything. He just roughly examines everyone and then dismisses them as he realizes they haven't got the ring. The last one in line is a young girl. There's no reason you'd know this, but it's his great-grandniece. This is the kind of family you end up having around you when you've been alive for over 150 years. I'm not going to explain exactly why right now, but could everyone roll me a wits awareness, please? I'm not going to give you the difficulty, so set it low just now so you don't get like a bestial failure that's not a bestial failure, because just set it to 1 for the DC. And I will make a note as we go. That was wits and wits, Bintak.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to reload.
I appreciate Roll20s being a pain.
It is.
Okay, cool. You got 2. Sorry, I should do character names. Lady Catherine got 2.
It's. I'm clicking awareness first, and then bits, and it's just doing bits and bits. I'm going to refresh.
This is the problem. Like, I don't get why Roll20 is like this. I think if we do more of this, we might use a different system for rolling. Okay, so
Let's see. Just refresh. I'm going to try it again.
okay. I'm just making a note of the other roles that people have got because I'm going to come back to this.
There we go. Refresh helped.
Okay, and that's 2. Did you roll, Dr. Henry? Yeah, you did. Sorry, it's just it gone off my screen. I think you all got 2. Apart from one of you. Okay. You don't notice until he gets there. But the little girl has the ring. She's the last in line, and she's got this giant ruby ring on the middle finger of her left hand, and when Sri Sansa sees it, he launches himself at her, and now he is in frenzy. And if any of you want to try, you can attempt to grapple him to get him off her.
I will use the arm shadow things to try and restrain him.
Okay. I was also going to grapple him as well.
I think Tommy's in the best position to act quickly because it takes you a little while to bring the arms thing about, and there aren't shadows enough nearby.
Okay.
I don't want to dissuade you from doing that ever, but like right here, Tommy can just grab her or him.
Yeah, I've also got grappling as a skill.
Well, I think what we do is we roll strength and brawl with your extra dice for your specialization. And I will roll for Sri Sansa, who is hungry. And that was a terrible roll. What? This always happens. I seem to be giving you a very easy time by doing terrible rolls. Okay, so you got 3, I got 2. You're holding him. He's pushing at you. To save time, can you just roll that twice more, please? And we'll just keep this going for like 3 rounds. If you can hold him for 3 rounds, you're fine. And I'll do 2 more rolls as well. Make sure I'm on the mic for the. Okay. I got 2. You got 6. You're definitely holding him. He's not a heavy guy. Like he's a bookish fellow. He's not a fighter usually. And I got 3 that time. So all you have to do is book. Yeah, you got 4. You successfully held him for 3. Okay, going back to the wits awareness. Lady Catherine, are you with us? Just double checking.
I am.
Perfect. You see one of the family. They're typing on their phone, and then they sort of turn as they're typing and walk off around the corner a little bit. And you can hear that they're talking, but you can't hear what they're saying.
I would like to follow behind and eavesdrop.
Okay, can you give me a composure and stealth, please?
I will do if my PC cooperates. Can you do as I tell you? I own you.
3 and... I've just seen how many dots you have in stealth, so good luck.
Sorry, I cannot get my PC to... Tell me what dice to roll, and I'll roll dice.
Okay.
Because my PC is just saying no.
Can you even get to the chat in D20? In Roll20,
I
sorry.
cannot.
Okay.
I can't.
Roll me...
no.
Have you got 3D10? Roll me 3D10. And then just tell me what the numbers are.
10 is the one with the zeros on the end, isn't it?
Yep.
Excellent.
Because you don't roll 0.
7.
Yep.
4.
Okay.
8.
That's 2 successes. I'm quite lucky it was a small pool, to be honest. I've already been here for a while. You can overhear her. She is ringing the police, saying that she's worried about her relative who's attacked her daughter. Do you want to try and stop her, or do you want to try and alert people? How do you want to react to this?
Compel her.
Ooh.
That's a fantastic shout. If my work with me.
Okay, your compel is...
Ha ha ha!
That sounded terrifying.
Right, let's see if I can do this. Right, I would like to compel her to make a stop and say that she was incorrect. Her family is fine.
Let me find my improvised.
Oh God, this computer.
I've seen you playing fancy games on that computer. It can run things when it wants to.
It's not the running things that's the problem. It's when it just decides.
Oh, it's going to just think about it. And...
It takes on a Rage Against the Machine approach and refuses to do what I tell it. I feel like that joke went over people's heads.
No, I got it. I'm just thinking what wasn't said. I'm looking compel up in the big book because I want to make sure we get the right roll. If there is actually no, she's mortal. You don't need to roll for this. You can just do it. What are you making her do?
Beautiful. And then that is what I shall do.
So you're just getting her to stop.
Yes.
Okay. She hangs up in the middle of the call and then looks puzzled. She's not sure why she just did that.
Can I compel her into telling me what she's hiding?
You can try that. He attacked her. We can't. I was worried about her. I thought she might need an ambulance or something.
We will make sure that your loved ones are taken care of. All you need to do right now is comply.
Okay. I'm going to borrow a mechanism from Blades in the Dark, and I'm going to start a clock. And in 10 minutes of game time, some people are going to arrive. The ring is there. Sri has calmed down now. He's been released by Tommy. He gives you the ring. Thank you for looking after me. I can't believe I'm so sorry. And he's very apologetic to the child. He's trying to calm her down, but her parents have taken her upstairs again. And he's clearly looking very apologetic and sad, but he's been very stressed, and this has shown itself as a frenzy.
I'm going to ask him why did he react so badly to someone taking the ring?
It's just everything, all of the stress of moving and having to find the ring and then not being able to find the ring, and
it just seems more precious to you than your lack of trust of Mithra seemed to infer.
No, it's about being able to find the things that we have. We have been so meticulous about keeping track of everything, and then the first thing I tried to look for, it's not there. This is exactly why we're doing this meticulous record keeping, to make sure that we know where all of the things are.
I would say record keeping is one thing, but laying hands on a child is something completely different. You need to make that right.
I will, I promise.
See to it that you do.
Very venturous of you.
So, what other items of importance have you got then in your stash?
You saw a bunch of rubies and diamonds in one of the treasure things. And you know there was a painting because the safe with the ring in it had been hidden behind the painting.
We got what we came here for. Is there anything else we need here?
No, I'm happy to get going.
Nothing as far as I'm aware.
Thank you for your help. I will arrange for a taxi to bring you back to wherever you need to go.
That's great, thank you. We shall have them drop us off near where we need to go.
Sensible. As you leave the house, you see someone on the opposite side of the road. I'm just going to double check who sees that because that was one of the things the Wits and Awareness was hitting earlier. I should have written down the names, not just the numbers. This is the problem with me running at speed. 20, where are you going? Tommy, you spot this person on the opposite side of the road. They are in amongst the bushes, so there's like a bunch of bushes, and behind that is a park that goes for some way. I think it's actually got a small zoo in it later on. But you see someone over there. There's definitely someone over there who's been hiding and had been looking because you'd spotted them, like an eye contact thing.
Okay. I'm just going to turn around and just start conversing. Saying, talk to people like, oh, that was interesting, and then say, as part of that, I'll say, with my head turned away from that person that there's someone across the street watching. And then I'm going to move along the street a little bit out of sight and obfuscate, and then go and try and get up to the person.
Okay, you take a few steps down the street away from the people, away from the others. I'm presuming that they're not looking at you because you can't obfuscate unless there's nobody watching.
No, I was literally trying to go like if there's a little alleyway or something like that I can just duck into.
So you kind of duck maybe between the houses or something like that, even behind a car. You obfuscate, and when you emerge, no one can see you. That's I'm using the wrong term because it shouldn't be that. It should be cloak of shadows.
Yeah. And then I'm going to just try and obviously sneak up to the person.
Yep.
And see what.
Let me just find the description for that person. Get that. Just tell me what they look like. You catch up with them fairly easily.
Okay.
Having got away from the area, they seem to just be walking quickly rather than running, and they're not using any powers or anything. You're not entirely sure if they are kindred, actually, as you approach them.
Okay. Can I sense the beast while I'm obfuscated?
I was going to say I was going to sense the unseen.
Okay. Alice, going to your thing first because I can resolve this pretty quickly. There's nothing unseen happening over there. There's no magic or anything being involved in that person being hidden from you. They were just behind the bush and you didn't happen to see them with your roll from earlier.
Okay.
Tommy, you were asking if you can do sense the... It wasn't sense the unseen, it was something else.
Sense the beast while I was...
Sense the beast, basically... Yeah, you can do that. She does have a beast.
Okay.
If you want to roll for it, I can give you more detail on that, but you don't have to. There is a beast there.
Yeah, I'm going to try and remember how to do sense the beast. I try to use the powers to roll dice.
Yeah, let me get the roll because I don't have that one.
Yes, it's resolve and animalism.
Okay. We haven't done a lot of animalism. That's a fun one to do.
Yeah.
There might be more animalism if the dog comes back up.
Look.
Better roll for her. And 2. We have Okay. I've lost my roll 20. Give me a second. Oh, you haven't rolled it yet, so I'm not missing anything.
Yeah, it's alright. I'm just trying to work out how to roll in this sheet. Because clicking on Amazon doesn't do anything. And the little dice.
Let me double check. Just opening your sheet.
I'm just filling in some stuff.
Oh, it should be Animal Ken.
Animal Ken. Right.
Oh, wait a second. No, hang on. I see what it is. It's animalism. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It was resolve in animalism.
Yes.
Okay, so what you do is you put the attribute in the top and the skill in the bottom, but you can change it from skills to being a discipline. So if you change the bottom one to discipline, then see animalism, then you click roll.
Okay.
We haven't done a lot of having to roll disciplines because you keep doing your baddest stuff to mortals. Okay, she only got 1, so this is working for you. And now I need to see what info you're getting. Where are you gone? It. You think you're prepared for something? Where's composite subterfuge? We've done that. Hostility. Okay, she's not hostile to you. Level of hostility is pretty low by comparison. She's not hostile in general. She does harbor a supernatural beast. You didn't get a crit, so that's all you're getting.
Okay. Then, as I'm following her, I'm going to send a text to them to say that I'm following someone who is supernatural, but may not be hostile to us, but was watching the house.
She's making her way back towards the town. The others get the text.
Yeah. And I also tell them the kind of street I'm heading down, if I can know that.
Okay. You have a taxi waiting the others. So what would the people who aren't Tommy like to do? Tommy's following on foot. A person who's on foot. You're all very quiet, and I'm very aware that my tummy's rumbling.
I'm just aware that I talk a lot, so I'm trying not to.
No, I'm trying to keep it spread.
I'm very much on the same page as on that one.
Just talk.
I don't know what to say. I'm on the spot now.
There's only 4 of you. You're allowed to all talk. It's okay, as long as it's not me.
Also, there are texts saying that it looks like they're heading into town.
Looks like they're heading into town. What time is it?
About 2 o'clock in the morning at this point.
2 o'clock in the morning. And everyone else has stayed in the house.
If they're heading into town, I may try to sneak behind and follow. Keyword there is try.
They take a left, so they're not heading back towards like the high street and that kind of area. They're heading down toward the canals.
I have a feeling that there is more to this house, so I'm going to use Unseen Passage and just wait around for a little while.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you all later.
I'll also text that we're now heading towards the canals.
I'm going to put my phone on silent because some needy asshole won't leave me alone.
Yeah, someone behind that sofa playing a glockenspiel.
Like, that's an invisible person over there.
All right, where am I?
You've just left Sri Sansa's house. There's a taxi waiting. Tommy's vanished.
But
Dr. Henry has announced his plan to stay. and keep an eye on things.
Right, I'm going to go. I don't even know where our little base is anymore. Where are we staying?
You've been staying at an apartment of one of Lady Catherine's friends.
That's correct.
That's
yes.
where your haven has been lately.
So I think that me and Tony should head back there, and I'm going to send everyone a text, let them know where I'm going, and get the taxi driver to drop us off a couple of streets away.
Okay. You will do that. I'm going to move to... okay, they're splitting the party and there's this. Lady Catherine, can you give me a roll for strength and athletics, please?
Can you tell me what dice to roll?
Roll
for
me
those?
2d10, please. And you're looking to get a 6 or above.
Whoa. 8.
Okay.
It's got a 2 and an 8.
Okay, you've got 1 success. You are running at kind of normal human speed. You're not doing anything supernatural or unusual. That's what you're doing.
Excellent.
Dr. Henry, people in the house seem to have broadly gone to bed. The people who are packing the cars are still packing, but they're finishing up. You can see, if you look carefully, I'm not going to make you roll for this actually, that seems to be a pathway that someone might have been able to like get close and like look in some of the windows. If you were looking to like spy on this house, there's like a couple of options that you can see, obviously.
For now, I'm just going to wait until they've everyone, the house has gone quiet and all the rest of it.
Okay.
I know, there was a phone call made and people may be coming, so I just want to see who could be.
Mm-hmm. That clock is still running. Tommy, can you roll me a strength athletics, please?
Nope.
If you want to use your potence, you double checking you've got potence before I promise you that. I think you have potence, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to use that, you can, because you're Cloak of Shadows.
Right.
And that just means adding how many dots you've got in potence to your roll, I think.
Oh, whilst he's doing that, I'm going to turn on my heightened senses for ears as well.
Okay, you're going to be getting quite an intense time there. So you're invisible, you're keeping an eye on the house of people who are going back to bed, and you've got heightened hearing.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like I'm on acid.
Oh my goodness, okay.
Thankfully, you can't see my dancing because I'm invisible.
Okay, Bintak, you easily catch up with this person.
Okay. I'm intending to follow them.
Right.
To see where they go.
They are heading to the canal. They're heading to an area known as Three Bridges. It's called that because you've got a railway line crossing over a canal, and over the top of that is a road.
Look.
And there's a few people that are hanging out in that area, and she goes up and talks to them.
Okay.
Sorry.
I will try and listen into what they're saying.
It's hard to get close because you're either right next to them and they'll be able to perceive you, possibly, or you're so far away that you can't hear them easily. But she seems to be talking about what's just happened at the house.
Okay. And if I sense a beast on these people she's talking to?
You've got beasts too, but they're quite... It's like little baby beasts. You're used to seeing the kind of beasts that kindred have. They're developed. They're roaring sometimes. These ones, you can't quite imagine them roaring in the same way.
Okay. So is that less so than even ghouls?
No, more than ghouls, less than full kindred.
Okay. So that these might be thin blood.
It's a good chance.
Okay. I'm going to wait till she moves away from them, and then I'm going to try and talk to her.
Okay. They talk for a bit. They seem to be reporting on what they've been doing over the evening so far. And then they kind of break off. Some of them head up the towpath, some of them head back along the road towards the town. And she sets off in a different direction.
Okay, I'm going to follow her, but I'll come out of obfuscating and hail her.
She turns and looks, and obviously someone looking at you knows what you are.
Yep.
Due to your various Nosferatu ways. She kind of looks resigned and walks towards you.
Okay. I'll introduce myself and say I'm interested to why you're watching Sri Sansa.
Oh. And she looks kind of puzzled for a second, then realizes that you must have been following. My name is Najma Elmi. I was told to keep an eye on Sri.
By whom?
Well, one of your clan, actually, Richard de Ward.
Okay. So, is he involved with the Thin Bloods that you were talking to as well?
He seems to have his fingers in many pies across this city.
Okay. And did Richard de Ward tell you why he wanted you to keep an eye on Sri Sansa?
No. He just wants information from this area in general. He seems to have people everywhere.
Okay.
And it's good to be in his good books because he can pass on information as well. I feed him a little information, he feeds some to me.
Okay, and of what clan are you?
I am of the Duskborn.
Okay. And the Duskborn, is that a special grouping of the Thin Bloods? Or is it just what you like to call yourself?
No, it just feels kinder than the Thin Bloods. Like, you don't judge you on the thickness of your blood. Feels quite mean, to be honest. And my people and I, we have enough rejection.
Okay. Okay, it's interesting. A number of the Duskborn have been going missing. Have been called. Do you know why?
Where?
Well, to do with the sewers.
My people go missing all the time. Sometimes it's through their choice, and sometimes it's not.
Okay. So I take it you just help Richard de Ward just for survival needs.
Yeah, and mutual
yourself.
information. If I'm aware of what's going on, then we can better counter stuff that's coming our way. We don't seek to take things that aren't ours, but well, not generally, but it's good to know what's happening, because goodness knows the kindred in London don't tell us anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of know that feeling. Okay. How long were you watching Sri Sansa for? Like, obviously not just tonight, but have you been watching for
Just
time?
in general, Richard likes to know what's going on, and he's the only kindred of interest in this area.
Yeah.
I only really know one other person, but hardly worth mentioning them.
Yeah. What did you discuss with the two other Duskborn?
Oh, we just keep an eye on each other. In these times, it's risky not to. People go missing. There aren't a lot of us, and we have to maintain things as they are as much as possible. It doesn't do to get noticed.
Okay. And what do you know this Operation Antigen? Have you been harried by anyone?
I'm harried all the time. It's almost a change to have it be by mortals rather than the Camarilla.
Is there anything else you know about them?
Like what?
Well, the operations are they going after you, or are they ignoring you currently?
I hate being in this middle ground between the mortals and the kindred.
Okay. That was really an answer.
It wasn't really a question.
Well, the question was, have you been ignored by these mortals? Is in terms of, are they killing you or not?
Oh, I've no doubt they're killing us, but I'm avoiding them like I usually avoid hunters.
Okay. And what do you know of the hunters?
They are to be avoided. They are looking to take out as many as they can, it seems. So my key is to not be on their radar at all.
Okay. Have you any idea where they operate from? Or is it just...
They seem to be all over. I think there's many groups working together on this project.
Okay.
It's not just like when 5 people turn up and spend a weekend hunting vampires, then stop. This has been continuous for the last 2 weeks.
Okay. I'm basically saying then, thank you very much for your information and your time. I'll give him a number that says if you ever need help, give me a call.
There is one thing you could do.
That depends what it is, but
I
go on.
want to be a full kindred.
And you want a full kindred of my clan?
Any clan.
Or any clan?
Just a proper vampire.
Okay. Well, that's not something that can be done lightly. You will gain all the benefits and the disadvantages. It's whether or not you can live with those disadvantages.
I'm already living with half of them, and no power.
Okay. Well, that's also something I need to consider and think of. Because if I were to do it, you would be my responsibility, and I don't know you yet.
I understand.
But I will consider it, and if we can progress and get to know each other better, then we shall see what happens.
Okay. And she seems to brighten a little bit at that idea. And she gives you her number.
Okay. Yeah. So also just above table, I know the reason Fossa isn't is because, it's supposed to go turn people into vampires willy-nilly.
Mm-hmm.
And also I know we've had warnings of the sheriff, so I basically also want to scope out all that before I even agree.
A lot of that might be up in the air, with what's going on just now.
Yes. Yeah, but also it seems painful to do at this point in time.
Okay. And we'll go back to Lady Catherine. You were following them. Let's say you've caught up at this point, because I'm sorry, but your athletics and strength isn't particularly high, and Tommy was really gunning it there with his potence.
Aye.
So you arrive and you see her, the thin blood lady, leaving. I've lost my note of what her name is. That's terrible. Najma. She's just turning and leaving. You can see Tommy standing there in full visibility.
Die.
I should probably go over and talk to Tommy, see if he knows anything.
Yeah, okay. I would say, well, she was not hostile to us. She's off the thin blood / dustborn, as they like to call themselves. She was watching Sri Sansa's house on behalf of my primogen, Richard the Word.
Hi.
But it doesn't seem to be, or at least she claimed it was for no particular reason. It's just more information, and which could check out. We Nosferatu like to know as much as we can, and part of that is knowing all the boring as well as all the exciting stuff. So it's believable, but not for certain.
Okay.
But yeah, she was off talking to them, but they're just trying to survive. And obviously they're also been targeted by the hunters as well. And just says the last 2 weeks it's been a fairly ongoing, constant threat and activity from them.
I can imagine. So, this particular one is of no threat to us?
No, does not appear to be. And I've also exchanged details with me progress. I'll see if I can get her into my information network and see how she goes as well.
Excellent. In that case, I'm going to head back to Mal's apartment.
Yep. Same here.
Excellent. We can split it
How are
out.
you going to do that from where you are? So you're at Three Bridges. You're not far from a road, but you haven't got a taxi. Alice and Tony took the taxi.
We do have the taxi number, the number of that taxi company. That's thing. So we could go back onto the main street and call a taxi from there.
Okay. I will let you do that, and I'm not going to make you roll for it because the taxi would, of course, come. And if it didn't, you just order another one. So you will get there. It's going to take a little bit. Dr. Henry, you are still at the house when the police arrive.
Yep.
Using your enhanced hearing, you can hear the conversation that takes place as they arrive. They check what's going on. They've got some extra security with them. They look a little bit more armoured than normal for your regular London plod. So I've just seen in the subtitles that's come out as London Flood, which is hilarious. They're asking some questions. It's the family and Sri Sansa's assistant that answers the door and talks to them. They're suspicious, though. You can tell from the way they're acting and the fact that they're still asking questions and checking stuff. They're pretty certain something's going on there.
What type of questions are they asking? Would it be the type of questions you'd expect from a normal everyday police?
Is no subtitles, but I'm making them. Damn it!
I can see subtitles.
I can see subtitles.
Okay.
It's a thing you have to enable.
Double checking it's working because I can see it. They're not always accurate, but they're there. The question they're asking a lot of more questions than they would be normally. It's like this kind of disturbance you'd expect them to just turn up, go, is everything okay now? Does anyone need help at this moment? And then go away again. But they seem to be trying to get inside, and they're having to work to sort of stop the police from getting in.
Are they asking questions that would indicate they're aware of any supernatural?
They seem to be trying to get that information out of them without asking. They're a bit inexpert at it.
Okay. I'm just going to wait to see how this conversation plans out, see what information comes from it. This is what I was expecting.
Okay, give me a second to do a roll. All my dice are under my character sheets here. I need you 3, and the police aren't hungry, so I take out the hunger dice. Okay, they don't get in, but as they're leaving, you hear them talking amongst themselves. One of them says, shall we write this one up as an IC0? IC0. And another one says, yeah, there was definitely an IC0 here. And then they get back in the car. IC0.
And is it a normal police car?
Yep, it's a fairly normal looking police car. There's only like 3 people there, which is still one more than you'd expect, but there's it's just one police car.
I'm just going to text my little minion guy and ask him what an IC0 is. He works in the services, or maybe he's heard of
it. He texts back a few minutes later because he stays up, and he says that he hasn't heard of IC0, but he has heard that the security forces refer to vampires and other kindred as blank bodies. So maybe IC0 is like some kind of joke because it sounds like I see nothing.
Okay, I ask him to ask around.
And he writes back, yes, boss.
Not to let me down, obviously.
Obviously.
And to feed Teddy when he gets back as well.
Feed Teddy?
Our new dog, yeah.
Oh, right.
We've gone to the next level.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep a track of the dog now. I'm going to need to do stats for the dog.
Well, actually, whilst he's doing that, if he could arrange for some pet insurance, because
I mean, we're aware that dogs are not probably safe with Dr. Henry.
I mean, I may use him for experiments. I may use him as a friend. We don't know yet, do we? To be honest, I don't know yet either. Let's have all bases covered, and the insurance will also cover loss. So either way, I gets paid.
Above table for a second, you are aware that your kindred get referred to as blank bodies because on thermal imaging cameras they don't show up. So it's become kind of common parlance amongst hunters to refer to kindred as blanks or blank bodies or that kind of thing.
Right. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. That they are hunters rather than police. That's what I'm trying to dig into. How they managed to turn up there, despite the fact the phone call was interrupted. So.
Okay. Getting back to your haven, do you want to discuss things or anything? Do any of you want to hunt before the night ends?
I'm fine not to hunt, and I'll basically just fill them in with what happened with that person I followed.
So yeah, you found a thin blood and talked to them about their situation.
Yep.
Before I go back, I'm just going to go down that alley now. Now is a good time to try and see what's happening in the house after that visit.
After the visit from the police, the house is quiet. The family have gone to bed and are more or less asleep now, although the little girl's still a bit disturbed and her parents are sitting with them. You don't get much of that from outside unless you're going to climb the walls, which is taking a step. It's not an impossible step, but it's not your scene. Right? No, actually, it is your scene now I think about it.
I used Arms of Shadow to create steps. No. No. So I'm just surprised that he's not telling his boss about the unusual investigation from the police. Okay, we'll leave it there. And
okay, I'm going to quickly.
I'll phone a taxi.
I'm going to quickly check Tony's sheet to see if they would be likely to feed. I'm trying to not. I'm keeping Tony with you whilst Genek's not here, but I don't want to do anything that would potentially make Tony hungrier. I check Tony's hunger levels. Okay, Tony's only at 2. Lady Catherine, I know you like to sort of keep on top of your hunger rather than letting it get high and then working it down again. Would you be going hunting before we're done tonight?
At this stage, no.
Okay. Right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of time before the next thing picks up. If you had like a few days, let's say 4 to 5 days, is there anything you want to be pursuing yourselves or even as small groups before?
I would be just keeping up with my little homeless network.
Yep.
And then I would maybe just try and make contact with. I can't remember the name. Najma?
Yeah, that was Negma. Najma, I think. I'm sorry if I'm completely murdering these names. I did try and look some of them up for pronunciation, but not the difficult ones apparently.
Yeah, so I'm basically just kind of effectively build up more of a network.
Let me see how that's going to go. Give me a second to figure out the best roll. I think that's going to be... Let's look at the correct sheet, that'll help. Sorry for all the paper noise, people listening. Bintak. Let's try a manipulation composure roll. No, a manipulation awareness roll. Can't do manipulation. Yeah. Wait a second, did I just make nonsense up? No, but... No, you can't do manipulation awareness. Ignore me. Yep. It's manipulation and... The most appropriate thing. Yeah, no, manipulation awareness. I was right the first time. I should have just gone with that.
Okay.
Lost faith in myself. Has anyone else got anything they want to do given a couple of days?
I would like to look into House Kana and what's going on there.
Okay.
I have an above table question,
Mm-hmm.
and that will lead to what I want to do.
Yep.
We can't consume human goods, can we?
In what way?
Like food and drink.
You want to try?
I would like a soda pop.
Okay. So they're probably quite easy to obtain from a small shop.
Excellent. Sorry,
You've been in torpor for quite a while. You probably haven't tried any of these kinds of treats that you can get in like fizzy drinks and canned. I don't think that was a thing.
Bottles, perhaps.
Yeah.
But maybe not cans.
Like maybe dandelion and burdock, that sort of thing. I'm looking in the wrong book for the thing I'm wanting right now. I'm not going to find that information there. Give me a second. There's a specific role for this.
Oh, that tells me everything I need to know.
Where are you going to be when you do this? You're going to be in your haven or somewhere else?
In the haven, I think.
No, not in the flat with us.
I'm gonna be in the bathroom. I'm gonna drink it in the bathroom like a civilized person in case I chunder.
Okay.
We'll put some tarpaulin down.
Okay. It's going to be composure and something.
I do apologise. This is something I've wanted to do since before the session started. And it's all Floss's fault.
I haven't done anything.
You showed me your nails.
K-pop.
I'm crying.
Actually, for you, let's call this composure and etiquette. I think that feels like fun.
Fun for who?
All of us.
Oh, great. Right, let's see if I can find it. Composure. Where is
You have to click etiquette first.
Etiquette first, is it?
It'll be in the
Follow-up
second
question.
column.
Where is etiquette?
Second column, second thing down.
Oh, gosh. What difficulty?
No, you're just going to roll it and we'll see how you get on. So just say difficulty 1 so that it doesn't give you like a bestial fail. This would be bad.
Ugh.
Oh. I mean...
That doesn't seem like a messy critical.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it? It doesn't go well. You open the can. It is a can, isn't it? I'm not getting this completely wrong. Or is it a bottle?
It's a can.
It's a can. And the hiss happens. And you lift the drink to your lips and pour. And what can you smell as you pour this drink?
Bright, chemically citrus notes.
Okay. What you taste when it gets into your mouth is ash.
And lovely.
I'm sorry, Lady Catherine, but you're about to projectile vomit everything you've swallowed.
Excellent. This is why I drank it in the bathroom.
You drop the can. And it rolls on the floor.
I'm going to take a piece of ribbon from my bust and I'm going to tie back my hair. Because I feel this in my stomach and I know what's about to happen.
Fair. I'll let you... With that, given the messy critical, I'm inclined to let your beast kind of attempt some kind of preservation there. That's what happens there. Is anyone else doing
With it.
anything with this few days? Dr. Henry?
Yes, I should probably spend this some time wisely. So I'm going to try and find out whoever it is that's hunting me.
Oh, right, okay. That's interesting.
Which will involve going to the hospital, probably.
Yep.
Speaking to my little minion guy again.
Yeah, so he reminds you that there was a guy you were experimenting on in one of your previous occupancies. You had like a flat, a ground floor flat that you used for some of your experiments.
Okay.
And you had been working on a gangrel, which is another clan of vampire for people who don't know. And
when you say working on, do you mean trying to create?
you were doing some kind of experimenting with them, and Winston isn't aware exactly of how that ended up. He thought you'd released him, and maybe he's on some kind of vendetta. That triggers something for you. You don't remember releasing him. You remember bricking him up.
Mm-hmm.
You remember torturing him and bricking him up in the basement of this flat.
Probably deserved it.
Maybe.
So if Winston knows him,
Winston doesn't know him. Winston just remembers that was something you were doing.
I suppose he asked him if he was ever been to my old flat when he met him.
Mm. He remembered being very scared when the guy came to find him because he thought he was safely anonymous. Because the way Winston's been working is every 4 or 5 years he'll just change jobs and work somewhere else in the same hospital, so that people don't get to know him and then realise that he's not getting any older.
It'll be rough when he gets his surgeon job.
This is a thing that happens for ghouls in the game, is that as long as they're regularly imbibing kindred blood, they don't get any older.
If I was working on bodies and things, I will ask Winston to look up my American friend's phone number, Laszlo Cravensworth. I know he's got some skills in this area.
In what sense? Like investigative kind of stuff, or?
Oh, he's very good. He's made people before. He's a god over in New York City. He's got a nice hat too. So yeah, Laszlo Cravensworth. I shall try and get in touch with Darius again. Just go for a drink.
That's an interesting point. Darius actually texts you.
Of course he does.
Dr. Henry, my boy, however are things going? I haven't heard from you for some time, and I was wondering how it was going. Are you managing to find the objects? Look, things are very bad now.
Reply. ... As if I want more message on, like, with details.
He responds again, let's meet in person. This is probably not the best thing to be talking about on text.
I invite him around to my old one-bedroom ground floor flat.
Okay.
Because I need to go there anyway and see if there just happens to be somebody behind a brick wall.
Which thing do you do first? Do you arrange to meet him before that, or do you arrive there early enough to investigate the basement before he gets there?
I think we can go in together.
Okay.
Worst case,
Tommy, are you typing?
Sorry.
That's all right. Just checking where the noise was.
Worst case is nothing for him to see. The best case, I've just got to outrun him.
Fair. Okay. You arrive. He arrives, as planned. You go into the flat. He's asking how things have been getting on. Have you managed to find any of the items that were on the list yet?
Perhaps.
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 Come now,
How
Dr.
have you been
Henry, you
getting
can
on?
tell me.
Well, I don't know. You have had very little information from me over this time, and I've been led to believe that you may be withholding some.
Oh, I wouldn't. This has been a very difficult time, you understand. After the attack on the Elysium, London has not been as safe as we were expecting. We knew that the beginnings of something was coming, but it had not been anticipated that this would accelerate so quickly. I don't live in central London. It's a bit of an effort for me to get here.
What do you know of the items that you haven't told me?
They are all connected to Mithras.
Let's go and look in this flat. There may be some clues downstairs.
Downstairs, there's a large red brick like basement, very Victorian. There's a gap in one wall that seems to have been pulled apart brick by brick. Not very big gap, but big enough. It's like there's been a cupboard and someone's like started trying to put in a door, but just gave up on the job partway through.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Sound probably got some kind of brickworm over there.
Brickworm.
It's like woodworm, but they're a bit tougher, bigger teeth.
Are you making a joke, Dr. Henry?
Joke? Me? Never. Just go and investigate it for me. Have a look and see if there's anything in there. And then I'll tell you about the items we have.
Shit. He walks nervously towards the door, looks around. It seems to be empty in here. He's holding his phone up to use it as a torch. And as he's moving around, he sees on the one wall that there's deep gouges cut from what look like claws.
Okay. We now know he's escaped. We don't know it's likely to be that's going to be coming for me. Are there any... I've got no way of knowing when he was last been here. Okay, we'll just talk to Darius then. We explain we have found some of the items.
Are you going to tell him which ones?
No,
Okay.
Not yet. Just that we found so many items, and everybody that has an item seems to be very nervous of the repercussions of them being used.
That is understandable. Mithras is powerful god. It makes some people very fearful.
But these are old followers of his. People have been. They tell me they have been given this by reward of his servitude of servitude of him. Why would they now fear him? These are people he valued enough to trust with these items.
But he's been gone for some time, and what with everything going on, lots of people are scared. More scared than normal.
Would you be scared? If you held this item, would you be scared for him to come back?
No, I think he would protect us all. But I can understand people who would be fearful. Like anyone in charge, anyone with that amount of power, their enemies could be scared of them, and people even who are their friends might be worried. Lots of our kindred have built a life around him not being there, not being able to rely on his strength.
It seems they have become weak, consumed by fear.
Perhaps they have. Look, there's probably not a lot I can do to help you find more of the objects, but I can put you in touch with someone who might be able to.
Who?
Regina Blake. She's the keeper of Elysium. I mean, she should have been there at the Shard, but she wasn't.
Oh, is she the one that doesn't get on well with...
You'll remember from your discussions that the prince was working mainly with her own assistant and not using the Keeper of Elysium to actually run Elysium, which would usually be their job.
Is the prince still here? Or has the prince fled?
There's rumours about the prince. I believe that she is still around. She may be mustering her forces to try and do some kind of counterattack.
So I'm going to ask Darius what he's been doing then. As you know, this time he's been away. What has he been doing?
I've been keeping a low profile and trying to contact the other members of the cult.
How many have you found?
6 or 7, but some people are unwilling to get back in touch because they're worried about the ramifications with the hunters everywhere.
Do we have any ideas of how the hunters knew where and when? For both our awakening and for the
Officially, Dr. Henry, no. Unofficially, I have my suspicions. I think that the Anarchs leaked a list of locations and businesses owned by Kindred.
And where do I find the Anarchs?
There are 2 groups of Anarchs around London that I know of. One is based in Southwark, or around Elephant and Castle mainly, and the other is based in Brixton. But honestly, I think that would be chasing a horse after the stable door has been left open. Much better to try and unite all these items, then we can bring Mithras back to full power and annihilate the hunters.
My concern is what happens after Mithras comes back. No one else seems willing to see it.
Well, he can lead the cult. He can lead London.
Okay, I'm going to arrange to leave now. He's given me this Regina Blake's number, I assume.
He's told you where to find her. It's a club in Dalston called the Trunk.
Club called Trunk.
Which I suspect is heavily inspired by Dalston Superstore, for anyone who's paying attention.
Are we talking 80s club?
No, it's very modern. You'll find it when we go there.
Okay.
If we go there. I'm going to change tack for a second. Lady Catherine.
Aye.
At some point, you do get hungry enough to need to go and feed to keep yourself in check.
Okie dokie.
Do you go to your usual place?
I think so.
Okay. One of the things that has happened since we last played is that the good people of White Wolf now released a new book. And in that book, they suggested doing feeding as 2 roles, one for like stalking and one for the actual feeding part.
Oh yay! I'm sure it's going to go brilliant for me with my low stealth.
So give me a second. There's one thing I want to just double check.
Lady Catherine wears too much jewelry to be stealthy. She jingles.
She doesn't need to be stealthy for this because people know what sirens are like.
Excellent.
Give me a second to find the correct page. Okay, so your stock is charisma and subterfuge. We don't always have to do it this detailed. I just want to leave some things open to chance here.
Is that 2d10s again?
Not for you. I think it's going to be a good deal more than that because you've got 3 in charisma and 3 in, so it would be 6d10 potentially.
Okie dokie.
I could run that roll for you if you want from your character sheet.
Could you please?
It might be easier.
Because my character roll 20 is being a pain in the backside.
I'm really sorry about that because as much as possible, I prefer you to do your own rolls. But for the sake of
it's nothing to do with you,
true,
my dear.
Charisma subterfuge. I'm not going to give it a difficulty because we're just seeing how this goes. And it's not like the golf club has ever done badly for you in the past. Okay, so you got 4 successes at that. So it's not hard at this time of year and in this space to find someone who is, let's be honest, horny and looking to hook up. And the second roll for the feed is manipulation and persuasion, which would be 5 dice for you. No, 6 because you've got a specialisation in seduction.
60-10s, is it?
If you want, or again, can run it from the sheet if you prefer. but
I can roll.
Okay.
For this one.
Let me know what you get.
Ah, I dropped the dice. That was not a roll.
We will be finishing up soon, and we're a little bit over time.
2, 6,
Okay.
9, 9, 10, 2.
4 successes. That is enough. Okay, so you find it's going to be a male person tonight. He seems a lot of the times the people you find in this place are it's a little bit easy almost from your point of view. This person's they seem younger, they seem interested, they seem respectful. They seem warm when you get close, and when the time comes and you maybe take them outside or somewhere quiet and you bite into their neck and the blood starts to come and it feels thicker than it should do.
What does that mean?
What you're tasting as you swallow is almost certainly vitae and not human blood. You have just bitten a kindred. And as you drink, he holds your head and says, "Don't stop, Lady Catherine."
Oh, God.
And that's where we're going to end.
Ooh.
Ah! Surprise spice!
This is what you get for drinking soda pop.
As if you think I just put that together for that.
God, now who's saying, pour me up, don't stop?
I'm leaving that well alone. Can we just go around to see what your name is, name of your character, promote anything you'd like to promote, and then throw to someone else, please?
Okay.
And we'll start with Bintak again.
Okay, I'm Tommy Smith. I'm Bintak and I play Tommy Smith. And I have nothing to promote. Alice?
Hello, I am Floss. I have been playing Alice Mockingdale. I too have nothing to promote.
Who are you throwing to?
Hi, I'm Dyson, and I have been playing Dr. Henry. Lady Catherine.
My name is Ghoul. I have been playing Lady Catherine. And I have nothing to promote out of the ordinary. I'm back streaming again after being ill, so that's something.
You both said that, and I've put links to your Twitch in the chat, and they'll be under the video on YouTube as well.
Thank you.
And the next session of this game will be on the 5th of September. The next game on this channel will be We're in Danger, which we're playing tomorrow night at 9 PM UK time, 10 PM Central European, 4 PM Eastern, and 2 PM Mountain. And then Fallout on Sunday at the usual time, and Hunt of the Reckoning on Monday. We're going to have like 5 days of games in a row. If you want to see more Vampire the Masquerade, can I recommend A Tale of Blood and Long Roads, which you can find on YouTube and Twitch for the Beloved Nerds. And I'm saying that because one of the Beloved Nerds also plays on this channel sometimes. Thank you to our wonderful players. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Bye.